Welcome dear students. In today's class, let us move on to our previous lesson which we have started in our previous class, right? Which one is that? Uttanka's Guru Dakshina, written by Mrinalini Sarabhai. Okay, so Uttanka's Guru Dakshina we started in our previous class, written by Mrinalini Sarabhai, and in our last class only we learnt about the author Mrinalini Sarabhai, right? Okay, and this lesson is about the boy named Uttanka, right? He was living in a Gurukula. He was getting education under the Guru Gautama and serving there in Gurukula itself. Okay, after so many years, after getting education from his Guru, he thought that I should repay something or give something to my Guru as he taught me all these years. So I didn't give anything back to him. He thought. Who thought like this? Uttanka, right? Okay. So after that he went to his Guru Gautama and asked him, Guru, what do you want? All these years you taught me. I just wanted to give something to you back. By that time the Guru said, I don't desire anything, my child. Just go to your Guru mother and ask her whether she wish to have something or she wants something and all. By that time here, Uttanka went to his mother, means Guru mother, Gautama Rishi's wife, and he asked her, Mother, do you need anything? By that time she said, yes, I need the earrings worn by the queen of that particular kingdom. Okay, I want this within, I want those earrings within 3 days because there is a ceremony going to be conducted in our Gurukula within 3 days. So on that ceremony I just wanted to wear those beautiful earrings. Okay, by hearing this once here Uttanka got frightened. Okay, how to go to the king and ask with the queen to give those precious earrings, but still he asked with his mother and he told her wish with him. Now he should fulfill that wish, right? So he started his journey towards the palace, okay, through a forest. So as he moved on, he saw a huge bull coming towards him. Okay, not only the bull, a huge man was also sitting over that bull, and when it came too near, the man who was sitting over the bull, he asked Uttanka by taking a cup full of liquid, he asked him, Uttanka, drink this, it will help you on your way. But Uttanka refused in the beginning, but finally that man agreed, means that man forced Uttanka to drink that liquid, and Uttanka did the same. So after that he just moved on and finally reached the palace of the king, and without any hesitation he just entered the palace, stood in front of the king without looking his attire. He just stood in front of the king and asked her, I came from the far away Gurukula and I just wanted to fulfill the wish of my Guru mother. So that's why I wanted the earrings of the queen. So you have to give it to me that. By that time the king was so humble, he smiled at him and told him, okay, you can go and meet the queen and ask her to give those beautiful earrings to you. Who said this? The king said this. With whom? With the Uttanka. So up to here we learned in our previous class, right? I hope you read the lesson as well. In today's class, let us just move on the previous part of the lesson. Clear? Okay. Now we are in paragraph number 10. The king smiled kindly upon the boy. You must ask the queen, he said. Go to her chamber and ask her. So the king told Uttanka to go to the chamber of the queen and ask her for the earrings. Uttanka went to the queen's chamber, but he could not find her. He went back to the king and said, Still I cannot find her. So Uttanka went in search of the queen to her chamber, that means to her room. Okay, but he could not find her. He searched everywhere inside the room and out, but he could not find her. He came back to the king and he told him, Sir, I cannot find her. The king looked at Uttanka as he stood there with the dust of travel upon his clothes and his hands and feet dirty and stained. Is that how you would go to the queen? He said. By this time the king started to observe the boy Uttanka, and he saw that his dress was fully in mud because of the long journey. His feet, his hands, everything was dirt and full of stain. Okay, by that time the king asked Uttanka, is this the way you go and meet the queen? Because he was fully covered with mud, dirt, stain and all on his clothes, on his body, and also that's why the king asked, is this the way you go and meet the queen? Who said this? The king said this. With whom? With Uttanka. Uttanka felt ashamed, washed and clean. He again went in search of the queen. This time he found her. So by hearing the words from the king, Uttanka felt ashamed on himself. He washed himself, cleaned himself. Again he went in search of the queen, and this time he found the queen over there. The queen held out her hand, and Uttanka saw the earrings sparkling in her palm. You are a good child, Uttanka, she said. I give you the earrings willingly, but beware, these earrings have been long been coveted by the serpent king. Do not lose them. Okay. The queen held out in her hand. When he asked, I wanted to fulfill the wish of my Guru Mother, so that's why you should give me those earrings. The queen agreed, and very smilingly she said, just held out her hand, and the Uttanka saw the earrings sparkling in her palm. Okay, just held out her hand, and those beautiful earrings are sparkling, they are shining in her palm. You are a good child, Uttanka, she said, and I give you the earrings willingly, but beware. She gave a warning to him. What do you mean by beware? Be careful. Why she gave that warning to him? These earrings are very precious, and these earrings were long been coveted by the serpent king. Here coveted means desire to have that. Okay, desire to have those beautiful earrings by the serpent king. Its name is Takshak. Okay, so long been coveted by the serpent king, so don't lose them. He may come and try to take it from you. So this warning he received from the queen. After giving those precious earrings, she warned Uttanka to be very, very careful about the serpent king Takshak. Okay, do not lose them, she said. Paragraph number 15. Uttanka thanked her and started for home. Dusk was falling and he was tired. Leaning against the trunk of a tree, he rested, placing the earrings on the ground beside him. Suddenly he saw a hand snatch the earrings and disappear. He sprang to his feet and turned round in time to see a man dressed in rags running through the forest. Uttanka ran after him as fast as he could, when suddenly the man changed into a snake which wriggled into a hole in the ground. Uttanka thanked her and started for home. Okay, dusk was falling and he was tired. What do you mean by dusk here? Dusk is the period of twilight between complete darkness and sunset in between. Okay, so here the dusk was falling, and because of the journey got too tired, leaning against the trunk of a tree, he rested. Okay, and he placed the earrings on the ground beside him. So after giving thanks to the queen, he started his journey back to his Gurukula, and he was too tired. It was getting dark, and he started to take some rest, and he sat under a huge tree and leaned towards the trunk of the tree, and he fell asleep, and he kept those earrings beside him. He totally forgot the warning given by the queen. Okay, here, so suddenly he saw a hand snatch the earrings and disappear. Within a fraction of moment, a hand snatched those earrings and disappeared in the woods. Okay, and he sprang to his feet. He jumped to his feet. Who? Uttanka jumped to his feet and turned round in time to see a man dressed in rags, and he saw that a man was running into the woods who was dressed in rags. Rags means here a torn cloth, not in a good cloth. Okay, torn clothes. He was running through the forest. Uttanka too started to run behind him. Suddenly, that man who snatched the earrings from Uttanka turned or changed into a snake, and you already come to know that man is a snake, the serpent king, okay, into a snake, and wriggled into a hole in the ground. Wriggle means twist and turn movements, how the worm moves or the snake moves, okay. So wriggled into a hole in the ground. Now he become helpless. Who? Uttanka. It happened only because he forgot about the warning given by the queen. Uttanka was greatly distressed, for try as he did, he could think of no way to get through a small hole. He sat down to lament his fate when an old man appeared before him. Now Uttanka was greatly distressed. Distressed means here extreme fear, pain or sorrow. What is the meaning of distress? Extreme fear, pain or sorrow, okay. He did not know what to do. He cannot get into a hole, right? How to go into a hole? A snake or a worm can go, but how he can go? So he started to lament about his fate. He started to curse his own fate when an old man appeared before him. By that time, one old man appeared before him, came in front of him. And what he said, paragraph number 17, "Do not worry, my son," he said, "I have come to help you." Even as he spoke, there was thunder and lightning, and a great thunderbolt fell. The whole earth shook with the force of it. Suddenly, all was quiet again, but next to where Uttanka stood was a big hole in the ground. He said, "Do not worry, my son." Who said that? The old man who appeared before him. He said, "Do not worry, I have come to help you. I have come to help you." And even as he spoke, there was a thunder and lightning everywhere, and one great thunderbolt fell to the ground, and the whole earth shook once, and there became a big hole right in front of him. Where there was a small hole, the snake wriggled into, right? So it became a big hole over there, and next to where Uttanka stood was a big hole in the ground. Uttanka entered the hole and found himself in the kingdom of the serpent king. He walked slowly along and came to two women weaving a piece of cloth. He asked them the way to the palace of the serpent king. They did not heed him and went on with their weaving. He saw that their cloth was made of black and white threads. Okay, Uttanka entered into the hole, and he saw that he entered to the palace of the serpent king. Okay, he walked slowly along and came to two women. He met two women there, and he saw that they were weaving a piece of cloth, and he asked them the way to the palace of the serpent king, but they did not give any reply to Uttanka. They were continuing their weaving process over there. They did not heed or they did not listen and went on with their weaving continuously. He saw that their cloth was made of black and white threads, so they were weaving the black and white clothes by using the white and black threads. Okay, so who are they and what they were doing, we'll see at the end of the lesson. Next, he came to a wheel with 12 spokes. 6 boys turned the wheel round and round. "What are you doing?" he asked the boys. They did not answer him and went on with their work. So he went on till he saw a man with a beautiful horse. So next he came to a wheel with the 12 spokes. After that he met 6 boys who were turning one big wheel with the 12 spokes in it. "What are you doing?" Uttanka asked the boys, but they too did not give any answer to him. They continued their work, and so he went on till he saw a man with a beautiful horse. Finally, he met a man with a beautiful horse with him. Uttanka went up to him. He was so struck with the horse that he bowed respectfully to the man and said, "Oh Lord, I bow to you. Grant me a favor." Favor means do me a help. Give me your helping hand, he asked. So he was very much attracted towards the beauty of the horse that he bowed to that man, and he asked the man that, "Oh Lord, please help me out. I am in a trouble. Who asked this? Uttamka asked this. With whom? With the man with the beautiful horse. The man turned and said, what can I do for you? The man agreed and said, yes, tell me, what can I do for you? Uttamka replied, let the serpent king be brought under my power. So he just wanted those earrings back from the serpent king, right? So he asked, let the serpent king be brought under my power, under my control, Uttamka said. By that time, the man with the beautiful horse, he said, blow into this horse. The man replied. Uttamka went up to the horse and blew, and from every hair of the horse's body darted a flame that shot through every space in the kingdom of the serpent king. It burned the houses till all the serpents rushed out, begging Uttamka to save their lives. Okay, so by that time the man told him, blow into this horse. And he went to the horse, he started to blow the air, he blew, and every single hair of the horse turned into a ray of fire, and it started to move every nook and corner of the palace and started to burn the houses of the serpent citizens in the kingdom of the serpent king. And almost all the serpents came out of their houses and started to beg Uttamka, please save me, stop this, stop this. They started to beg with the Uttamka. By that time, Uttamka said, let the serpent king return the earrings, then I'll stop. So he just wanted those earrings back, right? So that's why he said, let the serpent kings come here and give me back those earrings. After that, all the serpents then clamored for the king to return the earrings here. Okay, so here clamor means they started to beg him or forced him to return back the earrings. Okay, so here all the serpents, they started to force the serpent king, for the king, that means the king, to return the earrings, and because of the force or of his citizens, he returned back those earrings. After that, so he received those earrings back. The man gave Uttamka the horse, and in a few moments he was back at the hermitage, just in time to give the earrings to his guru's wife for the feast. She blessed him for his great courage. So after doing so much of work, so much of adventures, and with the help of some people, he finally reached the palace of the serpent king, and because of the power of that horse and the man who blessed him, he got back the earrings from the serpent kings. And after that, the man with the beautiful horse gave that horse to Uttamka, and within a moment he reached to the hermitage just before the function is about to begin. Okay, and he handed over those earrings to the Guru mother, and she felt very happy, and she blessed him for his great courage, for the great courage he showed to bring those earrings from the serpent king. Paragraph number 27. When Uttamka related his adventures, his master smiled and said, the dirty liquid you drank, my boy, was ambrosia. It will give you eternal youth. The two maidens weaving the black and white threads are night and day. The man was the god of rain, and the horse was the god of fire. You have been well looked after, my child, and deserve my blessings. Go into the world now, for great fortune awaits you. So when Uttamka started to relate or narrate this story to his guru, by that time his guru said, the dirty liquid, the man who sat on a bull and gave it to you, the dirty liquid, he was a god of death, Yama. Okay, so he gave a dirty liquid. What you drank was ambrosia. Ambrosia means a sweet kind of liquid, we say, the drink of you, gods. Okay, so it gives us eternal youth. He said, the two maidens, after entering into the palace or the kingdom of the serpent, the two maidens or the two ladies he met, women he met who were weaving the cloth, they were like day and night. Okay, and the man who came to help you to make that hole and enter into the kingdom of the serpent king. He was a god of rain, and the horse was the god of fire. Okay, the horse was the god of fire. Okay, and the 12 that's 12 spokes were like it's the time. Okay, so here go into the world now. You are looked after by the gods very well. They blessed us. They had given us, given you the eternal youth, as well as they blessed you. So that's why now you are ready to go out of this Gurukula and live your own life and get all the name and fame and blessings, everything what you deserve. The Gautama Maharshi or the Saint Gautama told this to Uttanka. Okay, and Uttanka, after many years, he became a great sage. There is a very beautiful story also. Okay, after that he wanted to take revenge against Takshak because of this reason, and he took the revenge also. Okay, in later years when he became a great sage, Uttanka became a great sage. He took the revenge against the serpent king Takshak in later years for his mistake of taking earrings from him. Okay, thus Uttanka, having fulfilled his duties, went into the world to seek his living. He was not as other men, for he knew that God protected him. He had nothing to fear. So after that he went into a world and started to fulfill his duties, and as I already told you, he became a great sage in coming years with all the blessings of the God that he got and all the lessons he learnt from his guru. And he was not like other common man, for he knew that God protected him as well and he had nothing to fear about. So this lesson is about a brave boy, Uttanka, with full of courage. He taken back the earrings which his Guru Mother asked him to bring. Okay, so with the blessings of all the gods and with the blessing of his Guru, he finally succeeded in getting back those beautiful earrings from the serpent king Takshak, and he just handed over to his Guru Mother, and everyone blessed him and he became a great sage in later years. So this is about Uttanka's Guru Dakshina. Finally, Uttanka was successful in giving Guru Dakshina to his Guru Mother. Okay, so now let us see some questions here. Drink given to Uttanka by a stranger is dash. A fruit drink or an ambrosia? What is it? An ambrosia. It is an ambrosia. Okay. And the queen gave earrings willingly or unwillingly or by king's order. Willingly she had given those earrings, right? So willingly the queen gave earrings to Uttanka. And your third question is, a hand snatched the earrings, changed into a lion, a tiger, a snake. Changed into, definitely you know the answer for this, right? A hand snatched the earrings, changed into a snake. Okay, so this is about the lesson Uttanka's Guru Dakshina that you have to read. Such an interesting story. Okay, so you have to read this lesson and understand this video as well. Thank you for watching.